share with us today. And the theme that the church is trying to share with us is joy. In the opening prayer, we thank the Lord for giving us the joy of our youth. In the prayers in the future, we'll be talking about joy. In the first reading, we heard about the disciples rejoicing as they left the Sanhedrin. In the second reading, we heard a hymn of joy that the angels were singing to the Lord. And ourselves, in the responsorial psalm, sing praise to the Lord. We were expressing our joy for all that He has done for us. And we finally saw the disciples seeing the Lord on shore and rejoicing. Now, joy is not a word we use too often, unless it's the name of somebody, right? We don't use joy too much. We're familiar with fun, happiness, but hardly ever do we talk about joy. And we don't know what we're missing. Fun, everybody knows for fun. Isn't that true? I would love to know, for every dollar, talk about fun, right? Can you hear me without the mic?
Yes.
I would like to know, for every dollar the Americans spend in any church, how much money do they spend having fun? It's something we're after. There's a parable about these big bills, dollar bills and $50 bills, $100 bills stuck into each other. And the big bills are bragging. We have been all over. We have been in the best restaurants, in the best casinos, in the best resorts in the world. The $10 and $20 bill says, well, we were not that lucky, but we have been in good restaurants and we have really seen high-class people. And the little dollar bills, all they could say was, well, the only places we were in was church. How much money do we spend for fun? And why? Nothing wrong with having fun, don't get me wrong. But think about it. Who are the richest people in this country besides a couple? Athletes? Actors? Musicians? And how important are they to your life? Except they entertain you. They give you a moment of fun. And that's all there is to fun. It's a moment. It's a short period. Some people don't know how to do it, so what do? They get drunk, or they take drugs, or they do other things just to have fun. A fun thing to do. This car is a fun car to drive. And we do not realize that fun is depending from outer substances, outer sources, which have nothing to do with us. If we like a team, and we have fun going to watch the game, well, don't go watch the Orioles, whatever you do. We like to go to a movie, we go to the movie, oh man, it was not what I thought it would be. After spending how much money, how much are movies these days? $7, $10, $10. No, nobody knows good, that means you don't go too often. That's incredible how much we go after fun. Nothing wrong with having fun, don't get me wrong now. A joke, a laughter, a little company, you're having recreation with your friends, with your family, that's beautiful. Even the Lord had fun. But then that's not what we're after. And we're not after happinesses yet, even though the pursuit of happiness is one of our things here in this country. Now, happiness is not quite as limited and as temporary as fun. Happiness is a deeper and more beautiful experience. And it depends on a good relationship, good family, a good experience, or the experience of doing good. It depends on things happening which really give you a solid feeling of having something special. But even happiness depends on things from outside of you. Outer sources. The only thing which cannot be touched, if you truly have it, is joy. vision of John rejoicing because they were praising Christ. The apostles on the shore being happy, rejoicing because they saw Christ for the third time. The only source of joy is Christ. And if you truly have it, there is nothing on earth that can take joy away from you. When Jesus talks about sharing heaven with us, what does he say? Not I'll share with you my fun or my happiness. He says, I will share with you my joy. My joy. And that joy can start now. That joy can start now. I saw for the first time joy in action in a monk back in Naples, a Carthusian monk. Carthusian monks are dedicated to a life of silence, of isolation. Every monk has his own little orchard, his own little room. They grow their own food. They get together only 4 times a day to pray. They do not talk to each other except for Christmas and Easter. And we were given the opportunity to visit this beautiful monastery, which was on top of a hill near Naples. And this monk was giving us a tour. And he was really giving us joy in action. You couldn't stop it. Happy, sharing jokes, showing us how much life he had in himself. And one of the seminarians says, how can you be so happy? You don't have anything. And he looked at him with a smile and said, Jesus is nothing. When you have him, you have joy. And this happened to me many years ago. I won't tell you how many, otherwise you'll figure out how old I am now. Many, many years ago. And I'll never forget it. He had Jesus. Nothing else. No television, no newspapers, no radio, no music, no games. Our standards would say, gee, what a miserable life, wouldn't we? Not by his standards. He had Jesus. And so today, that's what the theme of the church is. Nothing wrong with having fun, don't get me wrong. We're going to have fun this afternoon with the wine festival, I hope. Nothing wrong with searching for happiness. Happiness is something we should all experience. I try to graduate to that third level, a level of joy. Because if you're there, you know that you have Christ with you. And if you have him, nobody can take it away from you. That's a big difference. If you have joy, if you have Christ, okay, the orders win or lose. Who cares? A big banquet with just bread and wine. Who cares? Oh, no Christmas gifts. Shit, we got the best one. We got Jesus. The weather is bad. The weather is good. God blesses us either way. Nothing can take it away from you. And so that's something we should all try to receive, to achieve, and to keep.